Hey everybody, it's Justin, your guide into the other side. Today I want to talk about the Apecoin economy and things to come with regards to like the Serum City announcement, along with the WreckLeague launch or the WreckLeague mint that's actually, minting in a couple of days. So first of all, I want to say, hey, this is not a financial advice video. Everything's just my opinion and I can't necessarily tell you whether the price is going up or down. So with that out of the way, let's just kind of jump right in. So over the past 300 days or year, the life of Apecoin, we've just been bleeding out 92%, right? But recently we actually saw a uptick or a reversal per the news on August 3rd. That was basically when WreckLeague announced their partnership with Endgame, Enway Games, Animaka Brands. They're launching a new game called WreckLeague. People are gonna need Apecoin to mint stuff, play the game, etc., right? So we're actually seeing in-game utility for Apecoin, and it generated a lot of hype, and we saw the price jump up by 15% over the past 11 days, right? And then over the past 2 days, the most recent 2 days, is that someone took the option to sell a lot of Apecoin and dump the price 11%. So we're basically at where we started 2 weeks ago, right? We're at all-time lows. That really gives you an overall landscape of what people are doing with Apecoin, and I kind of want to go through it, supply-demand analysis, and see what people are gearing up for, what people are kind of selling out for. So let's just kind of jump right into that as well. So the best place to look for Apecoin with regards to its vesting schedule is actually token unlocks. So we can see the price here. It's dropped about 12%. We can see that there's 37% of supply, and the next upcoming event is on August 16th, whereby we're about to see 4% of the circulating supply get distributed to the people who it's supposed to distribute to, right? So we can kind of see, hey, it's Yuga Labs founders, launch contributors, charity, launch contributors to treasury, or the Yuga Labs itself, right? So we can see this as like a big step up in terms of supply. And then we can also see the next one after this one is actually September 17th, which is kind of closer to the anticipated end of summer date for Legends of the Mara. And then we also saw Serum City get announced as well, right? So we're seeing the announcements of a lot of these universes getting pushed out, hyped up, a lot of announcements coming down the pipeline, and it makes sense that a lot of Apecoins getting put onto supply, mainly not necessarily to like dilute the supply and dump the price. It makes sense that it's a mechanism to allow people who have who are in the ecosystem, and I want to actually bring your attention to the distribution of people that it gets shilled out to. It's like, hey, a lot of it goes to the ecosystem fund, it goes to Bored Ape Yacht Club holders, it goes to Mutant Ape Yacht Club holders, it goes to treasury and the resources for the Apecoin DAO, and a smaller portion for Yuga Labs contributors, base founders. It's just like they have a choice of, hey, do I want to sell, which is what they've been doing for the past year or so. People, I mean, holders of Apecoin have kind of been selling it, just because it's been a bear market. But as these announcements have been coming out, it's like that provides them a different alternative now. It's like, hey, do I actually want to hold on to my Apecoin that I've been getting distributions for? Do I want to hold on to Apecoin in order to use inside of these economies, right? Do I want to use it inside of WreckLeague? Do I want to do that mint? Do I want to prepare and get ready for like Serum City? Do I want to get prepared for like all the battle alliances in Legends of the Mara? Do I want to participate? The ultimate question is, do I want to participate in the Yuga ecosystem, right? That's what Apecoin is for. And in my opinion, I think there's a lot of things coming down the pipeline, and let's just kind of take a look at things step by step, what we know so far. First of all, if we actually jump to the gaming blog, we can see the gaming testing footage of I guess this is just the alpha gaming footage of fighting the Shattered in Otherside Legends of the Mara. We can also see that Apecoin is up here as the baseline currency for the economy, right? The Agora marketplace is going to drop later. I think everything's going to be denoted in terms of Apecoin, right? So resources, weapons, items, codas, characters, etc., everything that's going to be crafted, probably Apecoin related. Apecoin is really becoming that spine of the economy for Yuga projects, Yuga partner universes, stuff like that, and we can kind of see this I have this this Twitter post by Tenacious. He said, "You'll spend Apecoin to buy Apefest merch." This is not just in-game universe, right? It's really, it's other events. Everything inside of Yuga is denoted in Apecoin. We also might see things we might see made by Ape projects or I guess businesses accept Apecoin, but that's a little bit on the side. But you'll need Apecoin to mint RecLeague. You'll need it in Heavy Metal Forge for the Rift. You'll need it inside of Legends of Tomorrow. You'll need it for Otherside relics. And in my opinion, you're going to probably need it for all the other Yugaverses and canons to come thus far. So the first one that we saw, the big announcement, okay, outside of Heavy Metal Forge, and the recent context of this video is like RecLeague, right? You need it for the mint. But what's also really interesting, the question that a lot of people have with regards to playing, holding onto their Apecoin, it's like, do I want to participate in the Yuga ecosystem, the Yugaverse, the canon verses? And what I've seen positively being developed is like, we're seeing a lot of the Bored Apes being presented to expand the Yugaverse's lore, right? We're seeing trailers, we're seeing characters that are in Otherside, we're seeing, Meebits, we're seeing, Wagmi-san, we're seeing Wizards, and we're seeing all of the premier partner projects, just being, surfacing in all of these storylines, narratives, everything that makes, something engaging, essentially, a story to latch onto, something to empathize with. And it's really cool. RecLeague has Curtis, Cheech, even Blue. That's really positive. I like seeing that. That's really good development in my opinion. We're seeing a lot of created. I mean, we're seeing comics here too. Like that's pretty good. We're seeing a lot. There's just so much. There's so much. I can't cover everything because I'll just like blow up my video to like an hour long, and I don't necessarily want to do that. But overall, like, I like seeing the expansion of lore. And outside, I kind of want to bring this back to Apecoin being the spine of the economy. Like with RecLeague, if you want to participate in the economy, if you want to play RecLeague, I like seeing the expansion of lore, but I also like seeing Yuga delegate the game genres to other people who are passionate in their industries. Like RecLeague's building side by side, fighting game, right? I hope the volume doesn't blow up my my stream here. But basically, it's like, you're gonna need 158 to get a majestic box. What is a majestic box? It's 10. You can get 10 things to build an entire mech. I know there's a revenue sharing thing. I don't necessarily want to cover that, but it's like that's like $300, and then like a booster box. There's 5,000 of them. There's 25,000 majestic boxes. There's a bunch of boxes that people can buy with Apecoin, and I personally am going to keep an eye on this because it's going to serve as a trade wins for, hey, people are going to answer this question when the mint comes around. Do people want to participate in the Yugaverse? And hopefully they are. But yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on this. But yeah, I'll just keep moving on. The other one that previously got announced was Serum City, right? So I'll scroll up to the very top. Welcome to Serum City. This is, holy moly, there's a lot of text here. Okay, I found it. It's a base builder set in Mutant Cartel world that encourages social trading economies between players to progress. That is a mouthful. I really wish they could have simplified this. But basically, it's the first game outside of Yuga Labs to be powered by Apecoin, right? And, it's going to be run in successive seasons, with community-owned characters. So we're seeing a lot. I know in my previous video I covered this as well. I covered it one day too early because they announced something right after and made my video obsolete. But anyways, this city builder game actually, revolves around the mutantverse, right? The mutant apes, mutant hounds, the mutant cartel. And it seems like there's crafting loops, there's open corridors to Web3 games with interoperability, with a key US. I don't even know what USP means, man. They gotta expand this and like define that. But maybe I'm just not reading. But it kind of makes sense. They're opening the game to their token gated community, and they're inviting them to the house as we continue to build and refine. So it's kind of like early access. and a mass market launch in later seasons. So they're I guess they're kind of doing something similar to WreckLeague, where they have, the super engaged like token holders, start the game first, build out the economy, and then, maybe Web 2 can come in after and, provide, I guess, I don't know. There's some, I guess there's some type of benefit conferred to, I guess, token holders. I don't know. I have no idea. That's speculation on my part. But over the coming weeks, we'll be deep diving into each of these unique mechanics of the game that make it interesting. But it seems to me like it's a city builder game, right? It looks like Lovecraft. It looks like, I guess it reminds me of SimCity 4, Lovecraftian aspects. I guess it's got that Bioshock film noir, 1950s detective-esque. It looks interesting. It's definitely mutant-verse. It's very mutant. It's very mutant. Mutant Ape Yacht Club for sure. But essentially, it's like, hey, you'll have limited access to facilities of Serum City, but with a little coin and a lot of elbow grease, you'll have a bustling hub in no time. But you can start out HQ and start developing housing, community structures, factories, tradable goods, and hundreds of buildings and items. So it's a city building game. That's what it is. And it seems like there's a shop here. We got a soft currency, gold, and we have gems here as well. But obviously, Apecoin's in the background too. I guess to get that premium currency. But it reminds me of like City Skylines or SimCity, right? I like to see this. I like to see the delegation of game genres for, like novel labs. Like, let them build what they're good at. Let them have access to, build these, non-Yuga, owned projects and contribute to the Yugaverse. It makes sense, and it's very positive in my opinion. So it seems like you can have higher tier buildings. Buildings have different functions, obviously, with crafting loops, item combinations. You can have weapons, armors, stuff like that. It's gonna have an economy. It makes sense. Damn, there's a lot. Manufacturing, wow. And then you also have mutant apes. I mean, gosh, mutant hounds in here too. But I can't really say I know anything about what it could be. A lot of it's up in the air. But again, another important thing here was like leaderboards, right? We saw leaderboards in Heavy Metal Forge. We're seeing leaderboards show up in RecLeague. We're seeing a lot of that competitive aspect and higher tier players. People playing at higher levels get rewards, right? Otherside Legends of the Mara, if you're fighting Shadow the fastest, you get higher tier rewards. If you're in RecLeague, you have if you have high elo, mechs, you'll probably be able to get like that revenue stream, and you'll get rewards too, right? If you're playing Serum City, if you're playing leaderboard, you're climbing the ranks, you're probably going to get better stuff. So again, everybody who plays though can can have a chance to secure rare crates. So it seems like there's a daily bonus, to keep that, I guess, to keep retention of players and stuff like that. Just reward players for coming back. So that's definitely interesting. But what was really important here is that the only way to play is to use a pass, right? So mutants, apes, mutant hounds, and mutant cartel oath holders are eligible to claim a season 1 serum pass. So this is all about mutants. Makes sense that they're opening it up to the bases, the mutant hounds, everything related to mutant cartel. So that makes a lot of sense. That's super interesting. I'm super stoked that they're really building out like multiple games and stuff like that. So I wanted to swap over to the frequently asked questions real quick to take a look at like what Apecoin's used for. So the question here was, does Serum City use any ERC20 tokens for faster progression, right? So we saw Apecoin being used to accelerate things in like Heavy Metal Forge, and I guess it makes sense in a city building game like, Serum City. It kind of reminds me of the gem function of Clash of Clans. So, I mean, that's pretty standard. Will any items we produce be mintable as NFTs? So yeah, it seems like things that you produce inside of the game are NFTs. But what was interesting, though, is will Serum City items have any usage in any other games outside of Serum City? Yes. In-game items will have functionality in other games. What does that mean, right? ERC 721 tokens, like, does that mean, like, we can bring items into Otherside? Does that mean we can bring those items into, like, I have no idea what other universes there are. Maybe RecLeague? I don't know. I mean, what is it going to be? So that's certainly something interesting and worth keeping an eye on. And then I guess I know I already touched this, but seasonal rewards, they actually have wording on this. So yes, the highest scores will be heavily rewarded, and there will be as few surprises added in for good measure. So playing at a high level at every single one of these game universes is going to be critical to, getting rewards and, getting stuff essentially. And it's not just in-game, rewards. It's like actual NFTs that you can probably buy and sell on like OpenSea or, use in other universes. So, you're not just throwing your money into the void with like, other types of games where you buy a battle pass and you don't necessarily get your value out of it. You just kind of get a skin, but you can't, it's just kind of, anyway, it's just account bound. But at the end of the day, this is the Yugaverse, right? The question is, at the end of the day, the ultimate question is, do you want to participate in the Yugaverse? And if so, Apecoin's probably going to be something that you're going to need in order to, participate in those multiple types of economies, because Apecoin's the spine of all of these economies coming thus far. Otherside, Apecoin. Mutant Hounds, Serum City, Apecoin. I don't know if Forgotten Universe will have Apecoin, maybe. But I mean, it's there. I mean, we have WreckLeague, Apecoin. It's everything. And maybe this dump back to the floor is a blessing in disguise. But we have yet to see what's going to happen with all the dilution that's coming up, especially the dilution coming on the 17th. So again, I do want to say, definitely positive things coming to light. Definitely a lot of things being developed in the back end. Super exciting announcements coming, of course. But otherwise, Apecoin. My point is that Apecoin's central to everything, probably on either side, and it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. So, if you liked anything in this video or found anything interesting or insightful, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me create content for everything in the future, and you can always find me in the official Discords as well. I'll link it in the description. Okay, Discords, the Otherside Wiki Discord. I'm always there. But otherwise, I'm gonna sign off for tonight. I hope you found something interesting. Peace. I'll see you next time.